way. I'd say, but I think it's time to grow up.
Oh. Well, yeah. Lots of goodies, lots of beer. Oh man, it's way over there.
Well, let's remedy this, shall we?
Well, I'm glad I'm tucked behind all the computer stuff, so
Yeah,
I'm glad you're free.
all you gotta say is, or whatever the hell.
Tout le monde.
Alright. So are we recording right now?
Yeah, we are.
Shit, where the fuck are my cans? They're over there, aren't they?
On the table. Right here.
Maybe edit out all the fucking painkiller talk.
Oh, we didn't. We love Judas Priest.
Fair enough, but nobody is fucking stupid when it comes to me. I got my ass handed to me for that one earlier this week. And that's cool. That's cool. All right, I can hear myself fairly decent. You hear me all right?
Yeah, I don't have any problems hearing you. I hear you over my headphones when you talk.
Well, that's generally what I hear. Shut up.
Shut the fuck up.
Talk too much.
You talk too fucking much.
You talk too much. All right. So we were starting with
Yeah, count us in.
All right. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hit it.
What's up, everyone? Chadwick Von Tippitt and Joshua, the music anthropologist Johnson.
40 the hard way, brother. 40 the hard way.
Yep.
So tonight's topic is going to be God, I don't even know how to church this up.
Nickelback. We're talking about Nickelback.
Fine, fair enough. Nickelback, butt rock, and modern day butt rock for that matter, and just all that is right, wrong.
Here's what I don't understand. Why is it called butt rock?
Because they're pulling it out of their ass, basically.
I don't know. That just seems like weird. What's another example of butt rock? Because
put it this way, I just pulled that out of my ass. I don't know why they call it butt rock. Dumbasses, I don't know.
It's like Nickelback is like getting Miracle Whip when you're looking for mayonnaise, or vice versa.
I was gonna say vice versa.
I don't like Miracle Whip, so whatever. Vice versa.
I don't like any of it, but Miracle Whip has the zing. There's something to it.
Tanginess, yeah. Fucking, they don't have something to them.
No, they don't, and that's. But the approach that I was gonna take with this one is, I'm going to desperately and ultimately fail to make the case for them, and the reason for that is, well, they're never going anywhere. They're not. I mean, they really came into, I suppose, national attention probably around about 2001, 2002.
Was that like the Spider-Man soundtrack?
No, that was even before that. That was with the
Spider-Man
How You Remind Me.
Isn't that Spider-Man song?
No, the Spider-Man song is the hero song. And a hero save us. Oh, Lord. And there's so much we can go with this, but I suppose...
So, normally I have a format we hold to, but I'm just so disheveled on it.
Dude, there's no other way to put it, but let's start off with...
Hold on a second. I lost my train of thought because you talk too fucking much.
Oh, thank you.
God damn it. Okay, so when did you first hear Nickelback?
Okay, that is our format. I'm completely gonna fuck your format up by...
Good, I just gotta get some kind of basis here.
Okay, well, let's start off with this then. Between the last podcast and this one, we've had 3 significant deaths in the music industry. Pete Way from UFO died, and me being just a complete diehard UFO fan, I gotta admit, that was one of the big ones for me. I was really sad to hear that. Because it's Pete fucking Way, and I never did get to see him live. Then we had, literally a week later, Frankie Banali from Quiet Riot died, drummer. And then just a few days ago, the big one, the king, Eddie Van Halen. That one pretty well rocked me just because Van Halen was the start of it for me. And I've spoken to so many people, a generation ahead of me, a generation behind, whatever. So it affected so many people. Van Halen's timeless.
Yeah, it does. There's a ton of people who are like we follow on Instagram and Twitter and stuff who are musicians and things. It's like everybody stopped and was like, whoa.
Yeah. So that was
like everywhere.
Yeah. CNN reported on it, I mean,
I don't really watch the news, but
well, you find it on your news feed though.
Cool.
Right. Which has become the fucking bane of my existence. My God.
So I'll tell you my Van Halen, my Eddie Van Halen tribute, because everybody's kind of posting their little things.
Yep.
So
I'll tell mine after that.
So the Follies, right?
Follies.
The Mohawk Follies. So the high school and the college do a variety show every year.
Oh yes, okay. Local thing.
Yeah, they've been doing that for like fucking 80 years or whatever.
They have. You're right.
So when I was 14 or 15, somebody was like, "Hey, you should audition." So that I can't remember what year that was, but
okay.
A lot of people in my grade and in high school were into that Beatles hippie revival. Do you remember?
Yes.
Kind of remember that?
I do.
Where everybody, it was cool to like the Beatles and pretend to drop acid.
Yes. A few of the chicks in my high school were like that.
Yeah. So you know me. You know me. So somebody was like, "You should audition for this thing," and I'm like, "Okay." So I lug my guitar amp to the band room in the high school.
Okay.
And I plug in, and there's a panel of judges. So I'm like, I rip my own rendition of Eruption.
Hell yes.
And also, you know me, I can't really play anybody else's stuff very well.
Yeah, but you can play Eruption pretty well.
So I mixed it with Suicide Solution solo.
Which Dimebag Darrell used to do.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's cool.
Dude, look up Dime Vision or something. Yeah, he would do Eruption and then bust into Suicide Solution.
Yeah, because it works.
Yeah, of course it does.
So, there's like parts where you can play with one hand and stuff. And one of the judges thought I pre-recorded it because I was ripping these licks. With one hand.
Shit.
Yeah. Huh. I didn't get into the show.
Okay.
And it's not because of musicianship.
No, it's probably too much musicianship.
They were like, we don't think you're going to make it to practices. Because you had to go every day.
They didn't think based on your skill level that you would make it to something like practice.
Right.
That's like telling me I can't make it to the bar because I'm drunk.
Yeah, it was one of those things where it's like, here's your time slot. This person's before you. This person's after you, and then you practice consecutively. Like,
sure.
It's I don't know,
regimented, really.
Maybe they were right, but they'll never fucking know, and they'll never get my version of Eruption.
Yeah, the world lost.
Those pricks. So anyway, I shared that on my Instagram because
I like it.
I'm a big Eddie Van Halen fan.
Well, I would hope so. If you've ever picked up a guitar, you damn well better be an Eddie Van Halen fan. But no, I guess my personal backstory, introduction, whatever, to Van Halen and why they mean so much to me, is so multifaceted. But it's got to start out with this was a picture I shared on Facebook of a vinyl copy of Van Halen 2 that belonged to my father. And I was probably about 10 years old and really starting to dive into music, rock music, and getting to know it, so to speak. But I would go through my dad's vinyl collection, and the first album I ever picked out when he said, "Well, go ahead, pick out an album, listen to," my dad voice. Anyway, was Van Halen 2, and I don't know what it even was about it, but just something about it was fun. It was so fun, but it was also rocking. It was heavy. It had its riffs and accessibility to that. Every time Dad would say, "Go ahead and pick out an album," I would pick that album out. And this went on for probably about a month before he finally outright banned it from the stereo. "Oh, come on, Dad, let's listen to Van Halen." No, I have a whole collection. Pick something else. No, we're not playing it ever again. And throughout the years, I've owned that album on 3 different formats, more than any other album. I've had it on cassette twice. I've had it on CD twice. Still have that original vinyl. But getting back into Van Halen was around about the time I was 16 or 17, and I dove into punk and pretty much ignored all real rock music or whatever. But I was in the local CD shop and looking through their used CDs, and I found a copy of Van Halen's debut album. I saw the title Atomic Punk, and I thought, oh, well, this ought to be cool punk. And I remember I put it in when I got home, and I've never had energy hit me like that before, to where I'm just bouncing all over my bedroom listening to I'm the one you love, and it hooked me. And it was about that time that my first band, I was playing bass and singing, because we were punk. I could play 3 chords, no big deal, but I came to the next practice and said, guys, we got to find a bass player. I want to be a front man. I want to be David Lee Roth. And then it was very shortly after that I had wound up joining the band that you and I are in, that we're still a part of, where the 2 core members of that band are brothers, Pat and Dan Logan. Pat, the younger brother, is the guitar player. Dan, older, is the drummer. And these guys have modeled themselves after Van Halen to such a degree that our drummer has the VH winged logo tattooed on his hand. And it wound up playing out real well that over the years, as a frontman singer, I've been just hated for not really being able to sing all that well, but being able to get attention. And Pat and Dan have never abandoned me, because they're like, you're our David Lee Roth. And it's like, I'll take that as a compliment. So yeah, when Eddie Van Halen died, it was just, I was lucky enough to have gotten to see him once in San Antonio when they reunited with David Lee Roth. But it was just a literal end of an era, and that reached out so far to where people that were, in the scene at that time that I talked to were really bummed because, it was Eddie. And then people, next generation, like my stepson, had texted me and they were bummed because Eddie died. Van Halen is just timeless. Even if you don't like, party rock, or even if you don't like wittily solos or flamboyant people like David Lee Roth, you still love Van Halen. So I suppose that's my end of it. So do we keep going on Van Halen, or do we dive right into Nickelback?
We just step on Nickelback and talk about Van Halen for 2 hours. I don't care. So
no, we will do a Van Halen podcast and really dive into that whole thing.
So
Nickelback then?
Yeah.
What's your first memory of them, really? However traumatic it is.
It was that Leader of Men song was on rotation.
Leader, what the hell?
Yeah, they got this song called Leader of Men. I don't know. You never heard it?
I probably have, but don't know the title.
It's that one song that was their hit before 2000.
I guess I'm unfamiliar then.
So they had a record called Curb that came out in like 96.
Right.
Which I'll shit talk that here in a minute.
Oh, good.
But
awesome.
Then they had that. Then their next one was like in 98 or something.
It was Hesher, wasn't it?
No, I think that was like their first.
Like the EP or whatever.
The EP or whatever got them
when they were edgy.
Whatever got them attention.
Fuck. Because
fucking, I don't even know what their second one was called. Who cares? It'd be called Shit Stick for all I care.
Yeah.
But that was like the hit on that one, and it was on MTV and VH1 and stuff.
Yeah.
Like 98.
So glad I live in a hole and miss this stuff. But I suppose my actual first memory of really knowing who Nickelback was Sublimate would have played a show, and I'm trying real hard to figure out the year.
It was called The State.
That's it. Yep. Okay, I know what you're talking about. But 2002 Sublimate played a show around the area, and I think we had opened for what wound up being a cover band after that. And I remember them playing the song How You Remind Me, and it went to show kind of what type of people were in Nickelback and who was, because as soon as I heard Never Made It As a Wise Man, I immediately left the room. So I'm like, I don't want to hear this. But the young lady I was seeing at the time went right up to the front.
Fun fact.
To listen to it.
That's off of their Silver Side Up
Silver
record.
Side Up, yes.
That was released on 9/11.
Yep, that's right. But yeah, I remember whoever the band was had done that song, and the vocals I distinctly remember out of this cover band, and we're going to get into Chad Kroger's vocals here very soon, but I remember the poor guy was trying to do that, and I've been wrong, only he's trying to hit a been wrong, and I'm just like, oh my god, dude, don't. But after they played that song, what's her name came up to me, he's like, yeah, I went right up to the front and listened to that. I'm like, Of course you did. And probably many reasons that whole thing didn't work out. But I just remember thinking, yes, because this is accessible. And anybody that really, well, like I was at the time, just fucking an angry young man, if you will, was not going to be into that. But so that was like my first real conscious memory of Nickelback. And the thing about Nickelback is they just never went away. And they've still not gone away.
Yeah, let's slow this down a little bit.
Sure.
So I listened to all of that Curb record.
You poor bastard.
And all of the State. No, it's fine. I was cutting the grass.
Fair enough.
So here's a couple of observations I had.
What
So,
do you got?
so their first record, Curb, it could have been... okay, so have you ever read a movie script?
No.
Okay, so it'd be like Josh and Chad walk into a bar.
Okay, I got you.
And generic band is playing. Mm-hmm. They're generic band.
Okay, I like it.
But they're generic band, and I think they had a lot of like the sort of the grunge alternative influence on that particular record.
Post-grunge is what they've been labeled.
Post maybe that post-grunge.
Right.
So then, whatever. They had... none of the songs stick out in my mind.
Sure.
I don't know. I don't,
Right.
I listened to it.
You know more than I do.
I listened to it twice, and I didn't give a shit about it.
Okay.
And then I listened to that The State, and I know there's a couple of hits on there. One of them being that Leader of Men, because that was on MTV or whatever.
Okay.
And that's it.
All right.
I didn't listen to any more Nickelback after that because I felt like that was enough.
And that is enough. And
so then I looked up their discography, and I was like, how do they have so many fucking records?
That's a damn good question. They never quit making albums. But the thing about them is like within all those albums, except for All the Right Reasons, there were like one or two, at most three, like hits. So they were the perfect AOR type of band. It's like they came right out of the 70s and that. Put out an album, okay, there's one song you remember. All right, quick, another one. Okay, there's another song. But the thing that I found interesting about Nickelback, and whether I liked it or not, one of the reasons why they're the topic for this podcast is being at work. I work in a factory, so there's always music going on, which is really pretty awesome, except when it's Nickelback. And there is a lot of Nickelback that I'm hearing, whether I like it or not. So I had to start thinking, okay, why? Why the hell have they not gone anywhere? Why are people still listening to them? And I think it's just because it's easy for people to take as like background noise. Because I know the vast majority of the time I heard them unintentionally was in the bar.
Yeah, it's like music for 40-year-old ladies. Mm-hmm. But they've been music for 40-year-old ladies for like 25 years.
Yes, that's the damn thing. Is like the music, I hate to say it, of our generation was that.
Oh, yeah, another influence I think maybe I hear off that Curb is like Filter.
Filter? Really?
Yeah, like early Filter.
Like, are you talking Hey Man, Nice Shot Filter or Filter when they got good?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Yeah, and that's... oh, God. And funny you mentioned them. That's... some of the places we can go. So let's just dive right into tearing them apart.
Like you could definitely hear some kind of Filter influence, and you could definitely hear him trying to rip Kurt Cobain.
Oh, Christ!
But then he got his own voice, which is annoying.
Well, and the voice. I wanted to touch on the voice now.
It's like, what is it?
This is
it's
what
like
it is.
a warbly Eddie Vedder country star.
No, this is what it is, and. Since I love to name check people I know, my brother Brandon, this was before Nickelback even, but I happened to harken back into this because it fits so well. So Brandon, if you're listening, this is yours. We were listening, we had the radio on or something, and Bon Jovi came on. Now, Bon Jovi, personally, I think he's just a stand-up guy. I think he's a great guy. He washes dishes in his own goddamn restaurant, for crying out loud. Musically, though, I just can't stand his music because it's supposed to be rock, whatever, and my love of 80s rock, but with Bon Jovi, it never sat right with me because there's literally nothing dangerous about it. It's so safe, except Except the one thing that makes him rock is what my brother described as the sensitive rocker voice. Now hear me out. The sensitive rocker, this is the guy that has the rasp to his voice, so it's a little edgy. It's a little dangerous, man. He's been places. He's got that rasp. It's like he's singing a song saying, I'm a sensitive rocker, but I know what I do. It's just so perfect because every time I hear Bon Jovi, it's, I'm a sensitive rocker, dead or alive. And I hearkened back to that about the time Chad Kroeger started getting hammered into my brain because that's his voice. Drunk again, I'm mad and I'm gonna be serious and rock tonight.
Let's slow down for a second because I didn't take any notes. I should have. I should have stopped what I was doing and wrote some of my thoughts down.
Right.
But now that you're saying some shit, it reminds me of, like, I was listening to it. I'm like, are these guys a Christian rock band in disguise?
No, they are not. And that's what we're going to dive into as well as this fucking lyrics.
I kept coming back to that. I was like, wait a minute. Is this...
Kind of like it's supposed to be dangerous, but it's safe.
Yeah, it's like, did they slide one in? This is a Christian rock band, right? It's gotta be.
That makes sense in that goes back to the sensitive rocker voice.
So
it's like, it's edgy, but it's safe.
I don't know what song it was, and I was only half listening.
But God, does it even matter?
It doesn't. But I just wish I could remember so I can Google it to tell you exactly. But there was something, like I said, I was half listening, cutting the grass or doing something else.
Sure.
And some of the lyrics said something about, they were talking about weed.
Yeah, that's Chad Kroeger's thing is he smokes weed, so he's
dangerous. I thought he was anti-weed. It made it sound like...
Well, you know what a hesher is.
Well, of course. That's why I thought it was weird. I was like, wait... Is he because he was talking about a dope deal? I'm like, wait, what kind of dope deals are there in Canada? You know what I mean?
Right.
So, like I said, I was only half listening, so yeah.
No, I got you, but actually, before I lose this in my text history here, the best thoughts on Nickleback. Okay, so I did the whole sensitive rocker bit. Okay, talking with a friend of mine last night about. She was asking, okay, well, what are you going to do for the podcast? I said, well, one of the topics is going to be Nickelback. She says, kind of why? And I said, well, quite frankly, I got to examine why people like them. I got this in return, and I'm going to quote this verbatim and try not to die laughing when I read it. But this, for all the times I've tried to put a descriptive, fucking dissertation on Nickelback, she nailed this. All right, starts out, Nickelback. Paddling for the people, the poor man's nirvana, dollar store halos, cardboard pretending to be silver, pretending to be the aura of divinity, rock pretending not to sell out country, rock pretending not to be sell out country, smooth like studio musicians, proving a growl in your voice doesn't mean you're dangerous, sensitive rocker, Nickelback, are you riding bareback? No, I want my Nickelback. Ugh. Is this stuff AI generated? Which they did later. It has all the elements of a good song, and yet the songs have dynamics without being dynamic. Dramatic pauses with no drama. Accents with no crescendo. Sentimental like a Hallmark card. Covered in pancake, not maple, syrup. OMG, a key change that is irksome. Key changes almost always add excitement. I don't trust a word. You love me? Yeah, right. Papa Roach climbs up a notch next to Nickelback. They are sincere and authentic. That's a bold fucking statement. The production is full, the musical depth is thin. Something about the musical choices is just whiny. My Sacrifice has all these cool elements and is a terrible cringy song. That's Creed, by the way, dear. It's like a Frankenstein collage. Oh, this is the best thing ever. Zeppelin Eyeball, Pearl Jam Heart, Metallica Toenails, Dwight Yoakam Forearm, Chef Boyardee Fingers, Morrissey Mouth, Lizzie Borden Pancreas, Courtney Love Cottage Cheese, Joe Satriani's Soul album Romance. Ugh. The bass tone is so not strong. Ugh. This is so close to music I might like and so awful. Jesus, we could end the podcast on that. I think it was just summed up. But we'll dive further into that.
So the song.
What did you think of that?
So the song. That's great.
All right.
That is something.
And I'm leaving it anonymous because I'm leaving it anonymous.
I think the song I was talking about had. I don't know. It's like maybe it's an imaginary scenario where he's the dope dealer.
Oh Lord. Fuck.
These lyrics are not good.
The lyrics. Let's just go right into the lyrics. This is what about Nickelback that it irks me. Normally a song I don't like or a song I don't care from, like Bon Jovi, for instance. Bon Jovi doesn't create a visceral reaction out of me. It's something that'll either, okay, fine, the wife likes it, I'll leave it on, or I'm going to change the channel. Not, fucking shut up! That's how I feel every time I hear Chad Kroeger sing. Shut up! Fucking shut up, dude. And it's because his lyrics over time have gotten so bad, they just make me feel cringy. Like, okay, the Mentors would sing these horrifically pornographic songs like Golden Showers that you would just go, ugh. And you'd either laugh your ass off or just avoid it, A group that was so offensive that Duff McKagan refused to play with them. And Scott Weinrich from St. Vitus, the Obsessed, played with them but told them, don't you dare credit me. I don't want to be credited on this. Fun fact, that's true. Yeah, he jammed with them or played live with them, but he said, don't fucking mention my name. I do not want to be associated. But that's like funny, though, in a way. It's gross, but it's funny. Nickelback, on the other hand, as the years have gone on, it's gone from cheesy, never made it as a wise man, that you roll your eyes to.
Here's a good one. Flying down the highway like a bat out of hell.
Gee, how long did it take you to come up with that?
Oh, yeah.
But no, the lyric, it's like I could point to so many lyrics that are so bad because...
Lighter in my hand and I've got nothing to burn.
Ooh, boy, man, I feel you. But yeah, that's the whole damn thing. And those are the ones that are like eye-rolling. No, the one lyric, it's like... Throughout various podcasts, I've latched onto one lyric I didn't like. With Nickelback, it's like one lyric per song. And every song. But the lyric that probably bothers me the most is that... And this is saying something coming out of the song, something in your mouth, which is just god-awful anyway. But the lyric, pretty little thing with a pretty pink thong, just makes me, like, cringe. Like I'm going into a full-body seizure. Just, oh! You just feel fucking god-awful, uncomfortable, and just gross hearing that line. Pretty little thing with a pretty pink thong. Shut the fuck, dude! I tell you what.
Wait, is that... Okay, so I only listened to those first two records, but while I was listening to it, my music app would...
Went to all everything else.
Yeah, like after the album ended, and there was some song where he was really quick, and it almost reminded me of Devil Went Down to Georgia. Is that song?
Yes.
Oh, that set was so stupid. I had to stop what I was doing to make sure that I...
Dude, the song as a whole is terrible for every reason. First of all, the guitar tone is... You're the gearhead, you know sounds and everything else, but the guitar tone to me irritates me to no end because that guitar tone is like Chad Kroeger's haircut before he spiked it. It's like, it's longish, so yeah, he's a rocker. He's got longish hair.
Guitar in a box.
But it's not heavy. It's not throaty. It's just... It's like something 38 Special would have played in 1982 when they didn't have better technology. It's on the edge of like, yeah, we're rocking because we have the but we're kind of southern in that. But no, that bothers me. But the song as a whole is all about a chick with a dick in her mouth. And it's just gross. I mean, that's the only word I can think of is gross. But that line, pretty little thing with a pretty big thong, it's like, for all, full disclosure, hey man, I'm a fan of thongs. They're great. Pink thongs are sexy. But when you start putting the words pretty little, you know what? That's pretty... and little are words I use to describe a little girl, not somebody wearing a fucking thong. Pretty little thing and a pretty big thong, you fucking pedophile. He was well into his 30s by this point. He's probably singing about some bitch who...
Wasn't he in his 30s in the 90s?
He was born in 74, so... Yeah, he'd have been knocking on that door, but... No. In the 2000s, he'd hit his 30s, but... Still, it's still creepy, because by that point, he'd have been like 34 or 35. And... This is the creepy fucker in the bar who's eyeballing the young girl who's getting drunk for the first time. Yeah, I'm going to take her home and I'll show her what it's like. It's like, shouldn't you be married or at least fucking hitting on bitches your own age? No, you're that creepy guy. And the worst part, you're that creepy guy who's in a rock band. So now you're making all guys in rock bands look like you. And we're not all like that.
Nickelback is the creepy guy in the bar.
Yes, they fucking are. And the lyrics have just gotten worse. fucking got that song Shaking Hands.
You obviously, whoever you work with must play the shit out of their records because I don't know any of this at all.
But I've been hearing them. I heard them 10 years prior to that just due to being in bars.
Oh, well, that's okay. That's probably why I haven't heard shit because I don't do the bar thing.
I did, and if you were to look through my journals during that time, I was that asshole that would fucking get high, walk to the bar, grab my notebook, sit in the corner and write. And if you were to look through my journals, I'd say every other page is fucking Nickleback again. Fuck this band. But that song Shaking Hands, this is where you dive into why Chad Kroeger's voice is such an irritant to me, because he's always got this moment in everything. Ain't no Cinderella when she's getting undressed. You get that grit, Chad. You get that grit. But then the lazy, just dopey, obvious lyrics like the judge is going easy because he paid for her chest. Oh, you're talking about tits. Okay, but you could use a word besides chest? Oh, because it rhymes with naughty. Naughty, and the word naughty, that makes me feel creepy. Ooh, she's naughty. You know who's naughty? My 11-year-old. My 11-year-old is naughty. And there's nothing sexual about that. Quit describing women as naughty. Stop it. You creep. You fucking pedophilic creep. Go on.
So,
I've had way too much time to examine why I hate him so much.
Yeah, you have.
Because I've been bombarded with it in a way you haven't, and you're lucky.
Yeah, I just find them as mild irritants when I hear them.
Yeah, try being forced, whether you like it or not, to hear them.
So from my perspective, I'm like, yeah, they're irritating because I only heard like 4 songs ever.
You lucky bastard.
Well, I mean, other than when I listened to the 2 records the other day.
You trooper. You fucking soldier. No, I couldn't do it.
That's the fun part about this. Is like, you know what? Why do people hate Nickelback? And I put the records on, and I went, oh, they hate them because they're annoying. Evidently, Josh here has a different idea of why people hate Nickelback.
Well, because probably obvious is why I hate them, and it's just,
see, I always thought it was because they're cookie cutter.
Well, they're
all right. So they like
contrived is the word.
Contrived is a very good word for it. But if I were going to base that on just their 2 records I listened to, I wouldn't have come to that conclusion as quickly.
Oh, try diving into the rest of it.
But I know that there's other shit out there that I've heard that isn't on those, and I could see how they got there.
It's so goddamn well. What they did, and
it's like the country thing. They're like a diet.
Yes.
They're like a diet country rock band.
Yes, and that's the whole thing that contrived. I'm so glad you drove me down this road because that was the word I was searching for. Is contrived, and I think, well, because they got big, they found out how they got big, and Chad Kroeger has ever since then sat in the basement with his fucking bong and thought, all right, I got to write on purpose. But you're not even trying to disguise it, and that's what bothers me. But as far as the whole butt rock end of it and why they're the flag bearers of it, when that first started coming back, was around, I think it would have been 99 that, okay, this was when Korn was big. Limp Bizkit was about to blow up. Nobody was really playing good time rock and roll, like currently. But I remember the moment when I realized it was going to come back was I was driving back from Ozfest, 99, and driving through downtown Minneapolis. And, of course, 93X being the radio station I was listening to, I'm hearing all this new metal garbage and hating it so much. But then one song came on that the opening riff, I was just like, wait, this is a rock and roll riff. And then I listened to the whole duration of the song, and the riff itself was, I don't care what they say, a direct ripoff of the Kiss song Shock Me, but it was Buck Cherry. And the song was lit up. And now listening to those lyrics.
That's another band that
I'm going to dive into that too.
they're up there with Nickelback in terms of suck.
They are.
Your name's Buck Cherry.
Yeah, Chuck Berry, Buck Cherry.
Chuck Berry. Fucking lazy sons of bitches.
But no, when I heard the song lit up.
The fucking haggard bitches at the bar go.
I'm diving into that too.
Fucking crazy.
I am diving into that too, but Buck Cherry. So I heard that song lit up, and you got to understand what the climate was at the time. That was like crawling through the goddamn desert, and out of nowhere, somebody appears with not just a cup of lukewarm water, but what to me was an ice-cold, frosty bottle of Dasani, and saying, here, have a drink of this. Somebody gave me rock and roll again, and I just loved it. And I thought, this is what I needed. And in 99, it was what I needed.
But
then Buck Cherry made a comeback.
So
and it's just
let me put you on pause here.
Sure.
Let's switch gears for a moment.
Oh man, Buck Cherry rant. I was going to. Oh, okay, go on.
So anyway, a little bit back to our format.
Sure.
Did you? You probably didn't. Did you listen to anything new, or different, or just out of the ordinary?
Actually, you know what? I'm glad you mentioned that because did some vinyl shopping last month.
Oh, I did too. Thanks for reminding me.
Yep. And yeah, incidentally, I've made it clear to everyone my birthday presents this year. I want The Sciences and I want Leagues Beneath on vinyl. Oh, and Dope Smoker. But anyway, so went vinyl shopping and found an original pressing of Motley Crue Too Fast for Love, and I was thrilled with that. But finally bought a vinyl copy of Funkadelic Maggot Brain.
Oh, that's pretty sweet.
Oh, dude, I've been annoying the hell out of my neighbors with that one. But yeah, that was some of the new vinyl I bought and some of the new music that I dove into. And then thanks to you, and I'll say on record, you were right, Sleep. Really just putting myself fucking taint deep into that band. And God, are they great. Leagues Beneath, just as a song. Over and over, I can listen to that. So what about your end?
So I don't I think I follow Earache Records.
Okay.
So they have a band called Tala. And I was like, okay, Earache Records, it can't be terrible, right? I'll look into it.
All right.
So we've finally reached the point where we have a band whose solid influence was Korn.
Oh Lord.
I mean, we're that old. That's what this band sounds like. They sound like a band that's their influence. Nu metal. We've reached that fucking peak. And it was, I don't know what it was. I'm conflicted about it. I don't quite like it, but I don't quite dislike it.
You don't dislike something that was directly influenced by Korn?
Not really.
Well, you're a better man than I am. Nah, fucking... yeah.
And then there's another band called Code Orange.
I've heard of. I keep hearing about them. What are your thoughts? Is it anything reminiscent of like Dillinger Escape Plan, where it's
mathy?
Yeah, so fucking busy that there's no latching onto it.
I didn't think it was too busy.
Okay.
I just didn't. Maybe it was the production.
All right.
Maybe it was a little too polished, a little too produced.
Okay, and that's where.
But I also didn't care much for it.
Right.
I'm not gonna go rush out and get their records.
Sure. Okay, there was one other band that I listened to. I think it was last week actually. Not a new band by any stretch, but I know I had dropped the name to you. Hammers of Misfortune. They did an album called I think it was called The Bastard. That I was sent a link to it. Said, here, listen to this. What do you think? And it was like a full-on concept album. I couldn't tell you what the concept was, but I know my friend Janice sang on it. And I was just fucking floored. Musically, vocally, just fucking unreal. Unrelenting, really. I thought it was great. You really should check it out.
Yeah, I'll have to do that.
I think you would actually like it. The musicianship is fucking phenomenal, and her vocals. I didn't know she could sing like that. Amazing. So yeah, that was another band I hadn't heard before that I checked out. Good stuff. Can we go back to trashing Buck Cherry?
Not yet.
Ow.
Proud of you, Josh. You stepped outside your comfort zone and you listened to something new.
I was kicked outside my comfort zone and said, do this, dickhead.
Oh, good. Good for you.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. What am I, the 5-year-old that learned how to wipe their ass? Oh. Good for you.
Good for you. You get a sticker.
I'm holding you to that, pal. Actually, you gave me stickers. $40.
I did give you stickers.
You did. I earned them. Finally.
You earned it.
All right, go on.
I also watched Bill and Ted 3. Did you ever get around to watching that?
I haven't yet.
Oh, that's too bad.
Is it worth the wait?
Okay. Bill and Ted 3 is is 1 and 2 put together. It's the exact same movie as 1 and 2 put together.
May have to check that out then. Sorry, we've discussed this before. I hated part 2. I thought it sucked.
Without spoiling it for you, I mean, I'm not going to say, oh my God, it's the greatest thing ever.
Okay, you can spoil it. That doesn't bother me. I'm 40 years old. Spoilers don't matter.
I thought there were funny parts.
Okay.
I thought, it was a good laugh.
Okay, can I ask you
know
this,
what?
Though?
It was a good laugh. And it was exactly what you need right now, given our political climate.
Boy, that's
it was
no shit.
It was funny, and I had a couple of gripes.
Okay, can I ask one question, though,
Sure.
before the gripes? Okay, was it funny because we've sort of aged with them?
Possibly.
Okay, I had a feeling, and I like that. I like knowing that I'm not the only one that's 40 and lame,
Yeah.
which you're not yet, but you're getting there.
Lame? Thanks.
No, 40. Yeah, you're lame with that beard, please.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was funny.
Okay.
You know, like it was on par with the other ones.
All right.
It could have been better.
Sure.
They had a couple of like current pop culture-y things in there that I thought were stupid.
No, you gotta love that.
But for the most part, it was funny.
Okay.
Oh, but also, our good friend got us some Rockstar beer.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm about ready to crack into one of these.
Okay, who's the good friend and what are the beers?
Oh,
You have to name check people.
I didn't
man.
tell you, Sarah.
Sarah, that's right.
Sarah got
Sarah,
us.
you are fucking awesome.
Sarah picked them up in Ohio and drove them here.
Really?
Yeah.
Bootlegging.
Bootlegger.
Criminal.
Fucking deviant.
Busted.
So what we've got here is Iron Maiden Trooper,
Oh, okay.
and I'm going to crack into this a Tout Le Monde Megadeth beer.
A two Lemon.
Yeah, but like stout.
I can't call it tout though.
A stout Le Monde.
I'll call it a stout Lemon.
Should have been a stout Le Monde, Dave.
Yeah, Dave. I think I've talked enough smack about Dave in previous podcasts. I'm not gonna talk anymore about him. Because I actually watched his what the fuck was it, that Sam Dunn Icons series that he did. Dave Mustaine is a fucking soldier. You gotta love Dave.
I like Megadeth just fine.
Yeah, and I've seen your college ID that your dad took away all
My
your albums and you were pissed.
My other college ID, on the other hand. Oh, shit.
You ended up good, did you?
Why'd that fizz up?
Because it's a stout Lemon. Actually, I'm gonna have one of these stout Lemons while I'm at it.
You should. I just drowned myself in
That
foam.
bottle opener there, cowboy.
There you go.
Muchas gracias. Yeah, I gotta finish the Heineken first here. Eddie Van Heineken.
Van Heineken.
Fucking right.
That was a surprise when you showed up with those, because I really like Heineken. And I haven't had it in a while because I've been on my Coors kick.
I am a Heineken fan. I haven't had beer for a while just because 40, man, that gut up here is a lot faster than you think it's gonna. So I've been drinking vodka at home, but I thought, you know what, Eddie Van Heineken, and then what our next podcast is gonna be, Typo Negative. It's a Heineken thing. In fact, fucking Heineken. God, I would get reams of shit for ordering that in any bar I went to. What, you don't want a Bud Light? No, a Heineken. Don't you have any imported beer?
Well, I do have to say, this Tout Le Monde,
Yeah, what do you think?
it's pretty good. I got a sort of a citrusy note.
Taking notes. Let's see. Here's my
Not bad.
God, it tastes like fucking something heavy. Eat, I'll finish it.
What?
But I don't
Was that
like
even an English word?
I don't know. It's free beer, thanks, Sarah. Mucho apreciato, but
It's not terrible.
you can have it all to yourself, Chad, after I finish this.
Okay.
But
I can't wait to crack into the Trooper. That says premium British beer on the can over there.
I have a Trooper can in my house sitting on my stereo that I've had for a few years. And I'll name drop Spencer Lear, friend of my, or son of my friend Misty, gave me that. So thank you both. You are both awesome if you're listening. And Spencer, go listen to Sleep, damn it. But anyway, so back to Buck Cherry.
Yeah, go right on ahead. I'm going to enjoy this beer.
All right, I'll rant. Okay, so yes, when Lit Up came out, you know, lyrically it's so easy and just dumb, but I don't know. At the time in '99 when nobody else was doing that on a national level, God, I needed that. And I still love the song, you know, but then they just disappeared until around the mid 2000s. I'm not sure the exact year, but
Wait a minute. Excuse me.
Jesus.
Okay, you said they disappeared. I didn't even notice if they came and went. But did they come back with that Crazy Bitch song?
Perfect segue. Yeah, they just like disappeared, and it didn't.
How
affect-
is that? That's fucking lazy lyric writing.
Yeah, and I'm so diving balls deep into that, but no. So yeah, they like just disappeared. Lit Up happened, and then nothing else happened, and it wasn't like it was a great loss. You know, every now and then I'd hear Lit Up, and it's like I didn't even wonder whatever happened to them. I was just like, whatever, great song. But then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, yeah. and that fucking song. And the first time I heard it was in all likelihood in a bar. And an interesting phenomenon happened.
All the drunk bitches.
All the drunk bitches.
All the drunk bitches
Yeah,
went, woo!
this is my song.
Yeah! Of course they did.
And I knew several of them. And so since I knew them, I would ask why. Oh, but it's great. I'm a crazy bitch. So am I. But then I started listening to the lyrics. They are so bad. I could just dive into parts of them. Looks so fine getting fucking laid. How long did it take you to write that? And then the chorus, though. Hey, you're a crazy bitch, but you fuck so good, I'm on top of it. I mean, Jesus, man, I've written some embarrassing shit in my day. I've even said some horrific things in my day, but it never occurred to me to say to anyone in any state, under any circumstances, you're a crazy bitch, but you fuck so good, I'm on top of it. And then the last lyric of the song is even lazier. You're crazy, but I like the way you fuck me. All I can say is, dur, dur, dur. And you just as well have put that in the song. Dur, dur, dur.
It's like Steel Panther,
but not in on the joke. Yes.
Right, Steel Panther, they're like...
And even Steel Panther's more eloquent than that.
Their tongue in butt cheek.
Yeah, which, fair enough. You gotta eat butt, I suppose, if that's your trip. But fucking, no, it was just... And I kept hearing it. And it never got better.
That's so good.
But it was always a great... If it served one purpose, that... Anytime you saw anyone jump up, yell, yeah, it's my song, those are the bitches you wanted to avoid. Because unfortunately, I found out, not 40 the hard way, but the hard way that, yeah, the song's right. You are a crazy bitch. And I'm stopping right there. No, it's the fucking most, I hate to sound like a pompous jag, but it's the most juvenile thing a fucking guy in his 30s can be writing. I mean, what the fuck? Why? Why? Because apparently it worked. But then they got even worse than that, if you can imagine. Their next big song after that...
They did more... They had more records?
They had one more that I recall. And this one just fucking pisses me off. Because it was a song called Too Drunk to Fuck. Now, the Dead Kennedys!
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, there's a better song.
Yes!
There's a better song out there.
Yes, and a better story lyrically. No, this one was... get drunk all night. Get drunk all day. I'm sorry, but I have to say I'm too drunk to fuck. Jesus, I don't think I've ever even said anything that stupid in a dialogue. Really? This is your song? No! Fuck you! And the thing that angers me more than any of it, though...
Fuck? These guys have like 8 albums also.
Yes. But no, the thing that irritates me, angers me more than anything about that is Josh Todd is sober. He's clean and sober. Has been since I'm all lit up again. He lit up I could excuse because he had done all the dope, but he was singing about it. But now he's singing, I'm too drunk to fuck you. Dude, you don't drink. Why are you doing that? Because it's cool to be too drunk to fuck? No, I can tell you it's not cool to be too drunk to fuck. At all.
Oh, I hate these formula rock bands.
Oh my God, but the formula has gotten so puerile and obvious. So since I fucking just blasted... fucking Buck Cherry, and that's all the fucking time they deserve. Going back to Nickleback, it's formula.
Excuse me.
Safe,
give me my fucking Nickleback.
But it's like deliberately trying to be edgy, like that song Rockstar. Fucking so many points of irritation with that. First of all, his sensitive rocker fucking rasp when he says drugs. The girls come easy and the drugs come cheap. Oh, God, it just makes my skin crawl. Because,
I'm here to buy drugs.
Because you have to emphasize drugs. And that's the word drugs. Well, let's talk about the word drugs in lyrics. Marilyn Manson.
I was just going to say that.
Okay, I don't like the drugs, but the drugs like me. You want to know how you could spot somebody that's trying too hard? Him. And I'll tell you why. Because you read his autobiography, he's made it clear that he was a dork in his day. But then became, the badass, the Antichrist, whatever the hell. I tell you what, I know what he's doing because I've been there. I've done it. I was a dork when I was younger, but discovered the elation and the badassery, if you will, of, this guy's on drugs, so he must be cool. But I tell you what, I never used the word drugs. Because the minute you use the word drugs to describe drugs, you're not cool.
It's a cop.
Exactly. You're a cop. Or you're a dork trying so hard to be cool. Hey, guys, like Road Trip, remember the Kyle? You guys want to smoke some drugs? Yeah, you don't use the word drugs when you're talking about drugs. Use a code, something, anything. And there was a local band that I remember actually trying to help them to get away from this, because the singer, talk about contrived, the singer could pull off this real, goddamn it, raspy voice that if you didn't know he was some trust fund kid from fucking Clear Lake, you'd have thought that he was from the South, you know. But they had one song where the lyric was, "It's the same old situation when you're looking for some drugs." And I remember seeing them live. They were an acoustic duo. And the singer, he could sing well, but it was so obvious and contrived that I remember hearing, "It's the same old situation when you're looking for some drugs." I came up to him after the show. You know, I'm buddies with these guys. I said, "Hey, you guys played well." Yeah, I pulled the singer aside. I said, "Dude, just one thing. When you sing that line, looking for some drugs, it sounds just obvious. Maybe try saying looking for a buzz." So next show, of course, he looks right at me and says, "Looking for some drugs." I thought, all right. Well, what I did was I went home and I wrote a song that I was going to give to them. And then,
Who do you think you are, Prince?
yes. Weird and misunderstood, not quite as short, but still as skinny. But no, I wrote this song thinking, God, maybe I should give this to them, see if they like it. But I liked the song I wrote so much that I kept it for myself. And a fun fact about that, where this all ties in, is you're wearing a shirt with that very song title on it.
Oh,
One More Last Time. Yep. I wrote that because of how irritated I was with the fact that the guy said, "Looking for some drugs." But anyway, yeah, back to Kroger. Yeah, the girls come easy in the drugs. Oh, God. You know, just, okay, why don't you just be, could you be any more obvious? You know, you're trying too hard. It's contrived, and I hate it. That, you know, so that's where that goes. But as if the drugs thing wasn't bad enough, the sex angle of it has just gotten even worse than that. You know, for as cringy as Pretty Little Thing with a Pretty Pink Thong is bad, they have a lyric that says, "You and me sitting in a tree, Fucking." They put that to tape, pressed it, and released it for all time. That is something that you say at a bar when you're so goddamn drunk, you're talking to a chick, you know you're not going to get laid, so how far can I go? "Hey, baby, you and me sitting in a tree, Fucking." You know you're done. But
this guy's married, and he's married to Avril Lavigne.
Yeah, and you want to know how you could spot when that happened? When he decided to cut off his I'm a rocker with sort of long hair, but not really, and did the bedhead look.
His Jesus hair? Got rid of his Jesus hair.
Yes, finally. And then now he's got the bedhead, spiky head look. 10 years too late. You're a midlife crisis. You're not even in the right era looking like that. Hey, look, I'm Kurt, right?
You're right. Nickleback. They're the midlife crisis band.
Yes. And
they're the I'm going to dress as a biker and buy a Harley band.
The dentist fucking trying to join the Hells Angels and getting their ass kicked. But they're successful at it. And that's, oh my God, it's just the lyrics. You could pick any one of their fucking hits, and I could tell you a lyric I hate and a vocal moment I hate. And every one of the vocal moments is the sensitive rocker rasp. But this is where I start.
Oh, that one song, that Leader of Men you were talking about, lyrics, it's something like,
oh, Lord.
"Tell your friends not to speak out loud because it's hard to swallow," or something like that.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
See, exactly. And there's always a shut the fuck up moment with him. But so I started having to examine, why do people like this? And why has Nickelback been so successful when others haven't? And here's the thing that I had to come to the conclusion of, and I fucking hate myself for this. I hate that I'm even saying this out loud. And I'm going to regret this, but you remember a few podcasts ago where I was talking about Scott Weiland and how he said he hated Bad Company, and I went on about fuck you if you hate Bad Company. Oh, God, here we go. Nickelback is the Bad Company of our era, and this is why.
And fuck you. And fuck you if you don't like Bad Company.
But no, here's why. Bad Company, by critics and by pompous jagoffs, is hated. They're hated because they are very simple. They're very just, we're not pretentious and everything else. Now, Paul Rodgers, who is one of my absolute favorite vocalists.
He's got a good voice.
He's got the voice. It's been said that when he does studio takes, they never have to alter anything with EQ. He knows what to do. He's fucking brilliant. I could listen to him sing the phone book. I named a drink after him at one point, the Paul Rodgers. But the thing about Paul Rodgers is, when he started out, He was this white British kid trying to sound black and doing it quite convincingly. And then when you take a song like Feel Like Making Love, or Do Right By Your Woman or whatever, he's this white British guy trying to sound like an American cowboy. Very much, Paul Rodgers doesn't sound like a British man when he sings. He sounds like something he's not. But he does it so well. Now here's where I fucking hate myself, have to defend Chad Kroeger in one way. Chad Kroeger, god damn it, go ahead and quote me. Chad Kroeger is a fucking great vocalist. And this is why. He's never out of his range. He's never off key. He always sounds powerful. I hate what he sounds like, but he always sounds powerful. He is a fucking great vocalist. I just fucking hate what he does, but I can't take away from his talent. Now, this is where you get into Nickelback offshoots and how they're trying to be Chad Kroeger and failing miserably. Theory of a Dead Man.
Theory of a
Nickelback and their hit song Theory of a Firewoman.
Theory of a Nickel Man.
Yeah, Theory of a just we'll call them that. Theory of a Nickelback. They followed the exact template that Nickelback did.
Diet Nickelback.
Fucking Nickelback Light. Theory of a Nickelback. But no, they followed the exact template.
Nickelback 65 calories.
Yes, and here's how. All right, Nickelback is a fucking contrived band who has 4 members. You only know who one of them is because the rest of them are...
Fun fact, I guess, because
Sure,
I don't have
please.
any other fun facts.
Go on, please.
Apparently, he's got a brother in the band. I don't know what instrument his brother.
Mike, I think he was the guitarist.
Well, whatever.
But yeah, nobody even knows that. Why? Because if you look at a picture of Nickelback, you could fucking go to the place I work, grab 3 guys, put them beside Chad Kroeger, and you wouldn't know. They're faceless. They don't matter.
Fun fact, they're Canadian.
Yes, and so is Theory of a Nickelback.
I didn't look at... actual fun fact, both bands are on Roadrunner.
Yeah, Roadrunner. What the fuck happened to you?
Yeah, what is with that?
But yeah, so yeah, Theory of a Nickelback and Nickelback. Nickelback, you only know who one member is. You could only pick one member out in a picture. The rest are interchangeable. They don't matter. Same with Theory of a fucking Dead Man. You know who
Except for they all don't matter because I don't know who's in that band.
Right. But no, the singer for Theory of a fucking whatever the fuck is a guy named Tyler Connolly. I Wikipedia'd this band before the podcast because I figured I should have some pertinent information. But yeah, a guy named Tyler Connolly who's got the 50s fucking hipster pompadour hair covered in tattoos because edgy. But you can't recognize any of the rest of that band and it doesn't matter. But the reason why they're Nickelback Light is because they follow the same template. The offensive in a cringy way lyrics. She likes to shake her ass and I'm a lowlife, so fucking deal with it. The bitch came back. You know, just these...
Oh, they did that song?
That's them.
Oh, God, that's stupid.
It's horrible. It's horrible, but here's the thing. So yeah, they have the cringy, dumbass lyrics. But there's one difference between them and Nickelback. And this is why I'm convinced Chad Kroeger signs these bands. Same with My Darkest Days. Remember Porn Star Dancing?
Oh, jeez. Didn't Zach Wilde play guitar on that?
Yes,
what the fuck?
Did
he need the beer money? I don't
Probably.
understand. Hey, speaking of shit like that, what fucking song Nickelback got a fucking Dimebag solo on or something?
Side of a Bullet.
What the fucking
Yes, because
fuck?
here's the thing. Dimebag would jam with anybody.
Well, of course. Okay.
Because he was just fun. He didn't care and he was
That
drunk.
must be that Southern hospitality.
Yes. But that's the whole damn thing is Nickelback's like, hey, we've got metal credit. In fact, when Metal Evolution, Sam Dunn was talking to Chad Kroeger, he's trying to defend himself. He's like, you know, I hear a lot of people saying, well, I've never seen Nickelback. I'm like, well, maybe you should. We've got metal songs. We've got Side of a Bullet that Dimebag Darrell played on. Make sure you say Dimebag Darrell as fucking loud as possible so people go, oh, they have metal credibility. I've had people make that argument to me. Oh, you don't like Nickelback? They had a Dimebag solo. It's like it was a posthumous solo. He died and they used his fucking guitar solo. Because, hey, we're metal. No, you're not. Shut up.
I'd like to know how they managed that one, though.
Well,
how did you get that?
Probably because they went over to Dime's place to party, which Chad had talked about, trying to keep up with him, and he couldn't because he knew who's gonna. But they probably got drunk, and Dime's like, hey, I'll just go to the studio and rip this one time, you know? Dime was always recording. And he probably handed it to him. Fuck, he played on their cover of Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting, you know? But, yeah, that was Dime. You know, so, okay, Dime passes away. You know what? We need metal credibility because everyone fucking hates us. So, you know what? We have a Dimebag solo. That makes us cool, right? No, it doesn't. Shut up. But anyway, back to my original thing of Nickelback Light and all this. The reason why Theory of a Dead Man is Nickelback Light is because it goes back to the argument that Chad Kroeger is in fact a good vocalist. Now you've done
I swear to God, I'm not drunk.
Yeah. But anyway, the thing, like I said, Chad Kroeger is a good vocalist. He's never out of his range. But if you listen to that fucking song, Bad Girlfriend,
do I have to?
No, don't.
I know I'm...
and incidentally, if you're a grown man and you throw the word girlfriend into a song title or in your lyrics, fuck you. You're puerile, you're juvenile, shut the fuck up. The only people that should ever say girlfriend that aren't in fucking junior high are fucking people like my wife and this lady that she works out with, who they'll say to each other, hey girlfriend, when they see each other in the gym. That's fine. No, don't. My girlfriend. How old are you? Shut up. Fucking, even if you say my chick, that is better than my girlfriend. That's something you say when you're fucking 15 and you somehow finagle a date with the hot chick. Hey, this is my girlfriend.
Yeah, if they're pretending to be edgy, they could at least say old lady.
Yes! Something, anything. But no, the thing about that song, and this is why they're even worse, is because Tyler Connolly and It's Only the Dickhead from My Darkest Days are always trying to hit one note that's out of their range. That Chad Kroeger could hit effortlessly, but these guys won't. Like the porn star dancing. I mean, the guy is just dying to hit that fucking note. It's like, no, stop it. Drop your voice. Tyler Connolly in that song, Bad Girlfriend. I hate you for that title. Fuck. But the chorus is, she likes to shake her ass, but he does the, she likes to shake her. I mean, he is fucking just like he's just passing a bowel movement trying to hit that note. She likes to shake her. Yeah, they're that bad. And that band just gets worse. You know, the bitch came back. There's another indicator of somebody that's probably troubled is, I've been in bars and that song has come on, and I'll see these women, you know, decent looking women who are singing this. It's like, do you realize that's the equivalent of me singing a song and she wants to chop my dick off and I'm gonna like it? You know, the bitch came back. How fucking objectified do you really want to be? And incidentally, why are you complaining that somebody came back to your fucking sorry ass? Oh, damn it, the bitch came back. Don't open the door, perhaps? Maybe? These are not troubles. I mean, and even the lyrics, I've unintentionally had to hear them. The problem with girls is never enough, and they never shut up. Oh, fuck off.
How'd they get away with ripping off like the nursery rhyme?
I don't know. Oh, funny, in that song, there's even like a part where during the last chorus, they stop all instrumentation. It's just vocals and a xylophone. Ding, 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 like a nursery rhyme. Like, okay, this isn't so fucking bad because we're going to put this childlike noise behind it. Oh, this is kind of cute. No, it's not cute, and you suck. Fuck you. Oh, God. Yeah, the bitch came back. And then the song Low Life. If you thought you couldn't get any lazier than anything, that song. I'm a low life, so fucking deal with it. Oh, God, shut up. Thank you, Kid Rock, for normalizing all of this, by the way.
This is awesome.
This is the truth.
I feel like you work with these bands. Like, these are bands that aren't... It's like, imagine if they didn't have record deals. These are the guys you work with that go out and play at shitty local bars.
But the worst part is, I would think even these guys would be in on the joke. Because we've done shows, we've played with bands, and even in bands, I guess I have, of people that are like this, but they wouldn't dream of writing a song so stupid. But then again, I mean, fucking, we're talking about them. They're not talking about us. Somehow this must have worked, and I think that's what irritates me, is you're not even challenging yourself. You're not even trying. It's the equivalent of me waking up and scratching my balls. You know, it doesn't take any effort to do that. It's instinct, and maybe I could think for a second to maybe not scratch the balls when my wife's in the room. You know, at that point, you're married and you're lazy. That's how they are lyrically. They're married and they're lazy. They don't care. But I think they actually kind of do try to do this. And that's even worse.
I'd like to see it behind the music or something, or behind the, what's that? Storytellers. How did we write this song?
That I would love to get into Chad Kroeger's headspace and figure out what is your process for this, because it can't be good. I mean, Josh Todd, even for his part, admitted when VH1 did 100 Greatest Rock Songs Ever, Lit Up was on there. And I thought, that deserves a place on there. And even he has said, I wrote the song in 5 minutes. Well, it certainly sounds like it. And you know what? That's fine. I've written songs on the can. You know, sometimes you get one line and you got to build on that. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, well, I guess their fan base are all the fucking drunk idiots.
Well, their fan base isn't thinking about the lyrics. They don't care about the lyrics. Like I said, I'm in a factory listening to nothing but metal grinding and hammers pounding. And I think I'm the only one who is hearing the lyrics. I really think that. But then I guess, you know, not to sound like a pompous, self-important jag, but I guess as a lyricist, as a songwriter, that's why it annoys me so fucking much.
Metal grinding and hammers pounding. It's like, and then the Hellion plays.
I'd rather, Jesus Christ, the ass Hellion. I'd rather hear that. I mean, no, it's just, it's lazy, but it's also intentional. That's the problem I have. If you have to try to sound that fucking stupid, what is the matter with you? Have you no pride? But I guess not, because I mean, the grand joke has always been, how does Chad Kroeger sleep at night? I'll tell you how.
On a bet of money.
On a mattress stuffed with $100 bills laying next to fucking barely legal bitches. That's how.
No, Avril Lavigne. Remember, he's married.
Yeah, and you can't tell me he didn't think, oh, maybe if I marry Avril Lavigne, this'll be good. You know, it's like, why? She's a child. Shut up. You fucking pedophile, you know? I mean, if that's what you're into, fine, but you can't tell me you married her because she's hot. All right? That ain't why you married her. No, you married her because she was a name, and you thought, oh, we could be a Canadian power couple. Oh, fuck off.
Fun fact.
You know, please.
She's 36. I didn't know that.
He's what, 46? Yeah, he'd be 45.
Are they even married anymore?
I think they may have divorced. I'm not sure. She was married to Derek Wembley from Sum 41 prior to that.
Is he Canadian also?
Of course he is.
He's 45. Not Derek Wembley, but Chad Kroeger.
Chad Kroeger, yeah.
45.
Right.
All right.
But yeah, fucking Avril Lavigne, God. But yeah, so Nickelback, Theory of a Dead Man, My Darkest Days, it all became this modern day. And why do they all come from Canada?
Canada usually doesn't suck.
Well, they do and they don't. They're half and half. Like, for every Rush, there's a Loverboy. For every Guess Who, there's a Helix. You know, for every fucking, I don't know, Sebastian Bach, there's a goddamn Glass Tiger or something. I mean, Canada is definitely half and half. But you know that a band is bad when, if you are flipping between radio stations and Nickelback comes on and Loverboy comes on, you'd rather hear Loverboy. At least Loverboy was, like, fun and in on their dumb joke. Nickelback, I think they really take themselves this seriously.
What does Kim Mitchell think?
I don't know. I think it's go for a soda and shut the fuck up.
Might as well go for a soda.
I'd rather go for a soda. I'd rather listen to. I'd rather be like Alec or fucking what's his name in A Clockwork Orange with your eyes fucking pried open, watching the video for Go for a Soda for 24 hours straight, than listen to one more Nickelback song, because there ain't a single one of them that are good. I mean, you take even like a song. The one thing I hate about them is there are times where they've almost, for like 2 seconds, fooled me into thinking it might be good. Like the song Animals. The song Animals has a cool riff when it starts out with ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba, and it's kind of like, this is rocking, but then it gets into the lyrics, which are about some guy and his high school girlfriend sneaking out of dad's house. Her head down in my lap with just a couple animals. How the fuck old are you? Are you this age picking up the high school bitch, or are you so pathetic that you're reminiscing about your high school days? Neither one is good. And then you take a song like, so that's the sex end of it that is so god-awful about them, but then you take the tough guy end of it, and there's one song, the song is called The Next Contestant, which if I've got to pick any of their songs that are pathetic, it's that one. And I remember actually reading a Revolver that Phil Anselmo was on the cover of. Nickelback was in this, and this was about the time How You Remind Me got real big. And that song Never Again was also on that album, Silver Side Up. She's drunk again, it's time to fight. I mean, the whole thing is just like, you know, the idea behind it is great. Don't beat on a woman and everything else. But Chad's lyrical and vocal delivery render it so useless in that there's a line in the song, haven't you heard don't hit a lady? Why is that a lyric? And then the next line is, kicking your ass would be a pleasure. Okay, why are you writing the song? Why aren't you just going over there and kicking the guy's ass? No, you got to sing about it. I'm going to kick your ass for hitting a lady. You know, dude, shut up. Just knock it off. We all know you don't beat women, okay? You have to write a whole song about this and then the whole thing, because this is where the song takes a huge fucking plot point. She grabs the gun. She's had enough. Shut up. Just shut the fuck up, all right?
So they're hillbilly Canadian.
Yes, and that's the other thing that bothers me is they're so contrived. They're singing like they're from Alabama, but they're not. Shut up.
Where are they from in
fucking
Canada?
God help. No, what the fuck is Newfoundland? I don't know.
How do I know that's not the Alabama of Canada?
I don't give a fuck if it is or not. You're not in the South. You're in Canada.
They're in the south of Canada.
Yeah, if you're lumberjacks, that's one thing, but that's not what they're going for.
I'm a lumberjack, and that's okay.
Yes, and you're also from Iowa. Well, you're from Illinois, but you live in Iowa, and that's fine.
I'm getting real close to cracking this next beer, which is an Iron Maiden beer.
Crack the Iron Maiden. I'm not even halfway done with a Stout Lamont or whatever. But that song. But then, oh God, where was I going? I was going somewhere else. Oh, right. So I was reading that article.
I don't know, but we gotta go somewhere else.
I was reading that article, and they were asking him, well, what do you plan on doing for the next album? He says, well, you know, and you already know it's going to be bad with this description, paraphrasing. Well, you know, I started writing a song about how every time I went to the bar, there's all these guys hitting on my girlfriend. I'm going to call the song The Next Contestant. I'm thinking, all right, you know, it could be a point of irritation of having people put their hand on your chick. I've had it happen to me, but the most I ever did was grab the guy's hand, remove it, and say, yeah, let's not. You know, I didn't think to write a song about it. But then you get to that song, and the whole song is just, it starts out with, like, it's serious. But then he's, like, kind of speaking in his rasp. I'm gonna hurt. This time somebody's getting hurt. Here comes the next contestant. And then, girlfriend. Is that your hand on my girlfriend? All right, you suck. You're lame. But then, I wish he'd do it again. I'll watch you leave here limping. There goes the next contestant. It's like the entire idea behind the song is I want somebody to give me an excuse to get in a fight. Not, hey, my girlfriend's hot, you know, and people are after her. It's, dude, come here so I can kick your ass, you know. You're not a badass at that point. You're either A, writing a song because you don't dare do this shit, or B, you're pathetic because you have to go to a bar to get in a fight, and that's how you get your kicks.
Well, you know how Canadians are, like, notoriously nice? Maybe he truly is a badass.
But see, that
maybe like in the eyes of Canadians, it's like, whoa, don't fucking mess with this guy.
But see, that doesn't strike me as badass, though. I mean, somebody like Phil Anselmo strikes me as badass. Respect Walker, are you talking to me? Could you imagine Chad Kroeger singing that? In the hands of Chad Kroeger, those lines would sound pathetic.
Neutered.
Yes, but out of Phil Anselmo, you believe it. And even he sang like that one song, though, about, you know, it wasn't, I'm going to kick the shit out of you. It was, dude, you better fucking walk away. No, Chad's whole thing is, come here, I want you to come here so I can fucking make you leave here limping. Anselmo doesn't need that reassurance. He is that reassurance. Chad Kroeger needs it. Oh, I wish you'd do it again. Fuck off, dude. Just stop it.
Speaking of Phil Anselmo.
Okay.
Did you watch that Down anniversary thing?
I didn't. I missed it entirely. Did you?
I caught pieces of it.
How was it?
It was great.
I would hope so.
I don't know what he did, but his voice was really good.
That's awesome.
I mean, it wasn't nowhere like 95, you know,
right?
But it was really good.
Well, that's good.
I don't know if somebody pulled him aside and said, "Hey, practice vocal rest,"
or maybe not 2 packs a day or something like that.
Give your voice a break.
No, that's excellent. But yeah, that's the whole difference with it, you know, is somebody, I guess to me it's the difference between getting enough. Somebody once described, it was Nick Cadenies talking about Zach Wilde, because Zach Wilde's got the reputation, or had at the time, of just being a drunken brawler. And somebody asked him about that, and he said, Zach isn't the type of guy to start a fight, but he'll damn well finish it. And I thought, okay, that's the way it should be. Whereas you got somebody like Chad Kroeger going, I want you to give me a reason. Come on, give me a reason. But it's got to be my girlfriend. Why the hell are you using that line in the song? Is that your hand on my girlfriend? No, it's his fucking dick. I mean, straight up, dude, the whole thing just reeks of pathetic, and it right down to the whole, oh man, it's serious. He's setting a scene. fucking something's gonna go down. Man, my bitch looks hot. I know that guy's gonna put his hand on her. Jesus Christ, dude. You wrote a whole song about that, and you plotted it to the point where it was in an interview 2 years before it came out. God, it's just sad. And I guess that's kind of the whole thing about it is sad. You know, the next contestant, that one bothers me just for that reason. Is that your hand on my girlfriend? It just seems pathetic.
So if this were like 80s bands, they would have already broken up 17 times. The bands, they'd have like fucking John Corabi singing for them or something.
Oh, good.
When do you think we're gonna see them on Rock of Love?
Oh, Kroger?
when's the lowest low point?
You know what? That's actually brilliant because you're probably right. And I mean, that's where, you know, for the previous podcast where I did nothing but defend Bret Michaels. Yeah, I was watching that. I watched all 3 seasons, you know. It's quarantine. We binged it, you know. And even then, I'm kind of sitting here going, this is sort of why Poison wasn't liked because, yeah, Bret Michaels, I'm sorry, I'm a Bret Michaels fan. I don't apologize for that. But it's like, they weren't so edgy that you couldn't put the guy's personal dating life on television. I mean, I sat there and thought, okay, what if I would have been in my very early to mid 30s, right before, you know, my wife came along? What if somebody would have put me in a show like Rock of Love? It wouldn't have been that safe. You couldn't have put it on TV. It would have been, okay, one of the things you got to know about me is you got to know where the Narcan is, you know, in case something goes wrong and I'm in my room and I don't come out, you know. I mean, but it was just safe and it was just kind of sad in a way. There's nothing rock and roll about that. And it was very much like how I feel about Nickleback's music. Everything I do is, hi-oh, look at the tits, you know. It's like, you know what? I love tits as much as the next guy, but why the fuck are you... Unless you're Steel Panther, why are you writing a song about them? Just stop it. Going along with Pretty Little Thing and the Pretty Pink Thong. I love thongs. Love pink thongs. They're great. I'm not writing a fucking song about that. Let rap fucking artists do that because that's what's expected of them.
There's plenty of rap artists that are a lot deeper than Nickleback.
Yes! Jesus Christ, if you have to choose between Sisqó's Thong Song and Chad Kroger's fucking Something in Your Mouth, I'd rather hear the Thong Song, and that's fucking wrong.
That takes me back about 20 years.
I had to hear it at work the other day. Some guy I worked with played that.
What fucking moron had that on their playlist?
I don't know.
Was that an accident?
The same guy who fucking created the Stockholm Syndrome of me liking the Miranda Lambert song Bluebird and genuinely like it, and then finding amusement in the fucking Luke Bryan song Knockin' Boots.
Let's play a quick game here.
Yeah, oh God.
That just, the Sisqó song triggered this. So
I'm sorry.
So
I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. This will be fun.
It ain't fine for me now. I've got it in my head.
So I've got... I use Amazon Music a lot.
Yeah, all right.
Right? So it's funny because... All right, my app just froze, so now I can't do this.
No.
Son of a bitch.
That's what you get for using an app.
No shit. So
I've been taking notes like I did.
So I use it to listen to all the shit that we talk about. So it gets confused about what I might like.
Right.
Okay, so it gives me shit like new releases for you. And I'll just read a couple of things. My Way Soon, Greta Van Fleet. And then it'll jump. Nightmares of the Decomposed, 6 Feet Under. Right? It's because I listen to so many different things. Yes. It's like, what kind of schizophrenic playlist is this?
I would love to see mine sometime. It's got to just it would make my phone explode.
Let's see, where the fuck is it? There'll be like a discovery, like a specific discovery mix where you just just hit this button and it'll just play shit.
Sure.
So let me see. I'm gonna turn this down so I don't. What do I have here? It's gonna play Al Cisneros.
Oh, hey.
Monolord, Arson Anthem, The Death Wheelers.
Arson Anthem, nice.
Tad, Buzz Oven, The Whores, Brugeria, The Melvins, Iron Monkey, Sabat, Electric Wizard. So this is actually a good playlist.
I was gonna say I'm not hearing anything wrong.
This is a good playlist. This time, Philip H. Anselmo and the Illegals.
Okay, for all our listeners, how did you describe that album? I want to hear you say it.
Which one?
Through Exits Only.
I don't know.
10 pounds of fuck in a 5-pound bag.
Did I describe it that way?
Yes. Because I asked you what you thought, and this was obviously years ago, and you said, it's 10 pounds of fuck in a 5-pound bag. And I said, is that good? You said, no, it's not. I said, all right.
I do not recall.
10 pounds of fucking 5-pound bag.
I did not inhale.
Good for you.
Good for you. Yeah, so I think that's how I found that Code Orange and that.
Okay.
Well, not Tala, because I was looking at something else for that. But it'll just recommend the weirdest shit for me.
See, and the weird thing is, for me, none of that's weird, because every one of it sounded like,
That actually was a good playlist. Right. Our friend Doug got Vanilla Ice on his.
Like, to the extreme, or like the hard to swallow thing when he tried to be metal?
No, Ice Ice Baby, like... and he listens to about the same kind of stuff I do. So
how does that relate to fucking Ice Ice Baby?
I don't know.
All right.
Just saying that it gives you some weird shit.
No, that's no weirder than me going into a vinyl shop, picking up Motley Crue and Funkadelic,
Oh yeah, vinyl. So I picked up a shitload of cool vinyl.
You've been sending me pictures I envy greatly.
Yeah.
I want your copy of Leagues Beneath.
No, I don't think so.
I didn't say you were going to give it to me. I just said I want it. I'm coveting it.
Oh, covet away.
And then some.
So I just got...
Stout Lamont is growing on me, by the way.
It is pretty good. It has a little bit of a fruitiness to it.
I
just got Mastodon Blood Mountain.
Okay.
So I like vinyl as a format. Not necessarily because of the sound. You'll hear all these dickheads say, "Oh, it's warm and it's this and it's that,"
which it is.
Okay, sure, but it's fun.
It's fun because you get the big package.
Because you get something.
You have to go through the effort of putting it on the turntable. You got to flip it. It's great.
Yeah, I like the tactile portion of it and the artwork and all that. So I liked that anyway. But now you have colored vinyls.
Yeah, and I'm getting sucked into that.
I fucking love that. So my Blood Mountain is this neon yellow with like blue specks in it. So really fucking cool.
All right.
And then I got At the Gates Slaughter of the Souls.
All right.
Which is awesome. And then fucking N minor.
You got N minor.
I ended up getting N minor on blue vinyl.
All right. What'd you think?
Oh, it's incredible.
The clips that I've heard, which I need to get that one as well. I remember just being so kind of floored when watching Phil live, and he's in the suit jacket, real clean cut, and I just remember him talking to the crowd. And I'm thinking, how is he gonna do this? And he says, "So is everybody having a decent time?" I'm thinking, you could never have clocked Anselmo saying something like that live. It's, "Everybody make some fucking noise! Fucking take some initiative, fucking. Yeah. Is everybody having a decent time?" It's like, holy shit. This is great.
Hey, you can curse. You paid good money to curse.
You can pay good money to curse out loud. But yeah, fucking everybody having a decent time.
Everybody take a deep breath.
Take a deep breath.
Blow that bullshit air in the back of everybody's throat.
Give them all your bullshit breath in the face. Fuck yeah. But yeah, that's another one I got to get a hold of, Zen Minor.
Oh, it's good. It's so good.
I believe Phil described it as the music you put on when you're sick of everybody at the party and you want to clear out the room.
Yeah, except for it doesn't sound like that. We're not putting Nickleback on.
No, that would have the exact opposite effect. Or Buck Cherry. Ooh, hey, it's my song.
Okay, and with that,
okay,
let's wrap this shit up.
You know what? I think I'm trying to think. Were there any more points I wanted to make about that fucking band? Oh god, Pants Around Your Feet. That was a god awful song. I don't know. It's like we're gonna wrap this up, and I'm gonna think of a million other things I wanted to say, but just it's nothing more than a recycling of how I feel about them anyway. They're just contrived, I think is why I hate them. Contrived in all the wrong ways. But yeah, okay, so what's your wrap?
I don't know, I just fucking hate them because they're annoying. They're boring.
I suppose my the irritation I have is that I have to acknowledge that Chad Kroeger, I'm not even going to say Nickelback, because Nickelback is Chad Kroeger. Chad Kroeger is Nickelback. I don't care if your brother's in the band. You're all interchangeable. You don't matter, and you know it. Chad Kroeger, I guess, I can't say he sucks, because the goddamn thing is the fucker can sing. All right? He can sing. there's no way I can say he's not talented vocally. It's just the lyrical content, the songwriting, all of it is not only contrived, it's just gross. That's how I feel when I listen to Nickelback now. I went from, oh, you remind me, and rolling my eyes to Pretty Little Thing of the Pretty Pink Thong and feeling like I need to take a fucking shower. They're just gross. They are a gross band. They're a contrived band. I can't pick one song of theirs I hate because I hate them all. I can't pick one moment that I hate because I hate them all. Just nothing about this band is redeeming and good. And the worst part is they're going to get in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame before Motley Crue does. You mark my fucking words. But I guess I kind of got to end it by saying, you know what? Let people like what they like. You want to like it, that's fine. I don't think you're a moron. I just think Chad Kroeger fucking is, and I hate. Just, yeah, gross. He's gross.
I like that. That's good. I don't think you're a moron. That's good. Yeah, it sounds like you hate them way more than I ever could.
Because I've had to hear them way more than you ever.
And I'm thankful for that.
Be so thankful. I've got great stories from going to the bars and everything else, but that was the price I had to pay. And, you know, if Nickelback is bad, the Theory of a Dead Man needs to just stop. Cut it out. You are watered down and you know it. You're riding the coattails. Knock it off. Quit. All right. Jesus, I'm going to keep going if you don't wrap this up, Chad. Make me stop.
All right. And with that, we hate Nickelback.
Yes, we do.
And we've probably talked the most shit on this episode. More so than anyone else. So this was very self-serving.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Well, what's a podcast for?
Yeah, this is very self-serving.
Exactly.
So with that, I think I'm going to crack open my Iron Maiden beer.
All right.
If we're going to take a breather.
Yes, sir.
And thanks for listening.
So this is Joshua, 40 the hard way, Lee Johnson.
Chadwick Von Tippitt.
For one more.
Last time.
Hasta.